Saturday, July 19th, 3:43 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, to Winning Wall Street's Money. We just finished a week that had a lot of economic news released, as well as many big publicly traded companies released their earnings for the second quarter of the year. So we're in the month of July, middle of the month. And typically the summer markets are more dull, less participation. Again, we're in the first month of the third quarter of the year. Going to go over the Dow Jones Industrial Average Stock Index. It's one of the oldest stock indexes in the United States. Currently has 30 companies included in the index. The 30 largest publicly traded companies in the United States. This top vertical line is the high of last year. We are still below the high of last year. So you may be aware there are many companies making all-time new highs. We'll look at those 30 companies inside this index to see if any of them are outperforming this index. Again, this index, the Dow 30, has not even broken the high of last year yet. For the week, we closed red. Lower high, lower low. The trend is down, breaking below that prior week inside candle. These are the 30 companies alphabetical order. Apple, below the high of last year. Has earnings coming soon. Earnings are this month, the 31st, after the market closes. And for the week, inside candle. Amgen, also below the highs of last year. Inside candle for the week. Amazon, here's the high for the year. We haven't retested yet. Did make a new high for the week, the prior week. Also has earnings this month, the 31st, after the market closes. American Express, a financial company, one of the top 3 sectors, the S&P 500. Red for the week, lower low, lower high. Boeing. Here's a gap. Hasn't been tested nor filled yet. Well, it looks like it's actually being tested now. So here's the high of 2021. We're still below that. Yep, looks like it tested part of the gap. Nice. Little red candle, tiny little trading range. Used a lot of energy to get up there. I'd be looking for a pullback opportunity to buy on a dip because we have some nice big run-ups on the upside. Yeah, if you get that lower, look for that. Nice. Caterpillar. Wow. Do high for the year. And we broke the high of 2024. Outstanding. Finally broke the high of 2024. First, the Dow, again, has not. Many of the companies I showed you have not, but this company, Caterpillar, manufacturer, outstanding, broke the high of last year. So time to adjust this. It's not a technology company. Old school manufacturing. So that's where some of the money's going. Salesforce. Wow. Disappointing. Here's the high of last year. See a big consolidation here? Interesting. So here was the high of the year. Bearish pin bar. Strong momentum down to the downside. Consolidation. Big pumps. Up on weakness. Well, right there. And dump. So big consolidation here. Probably going to have a sweep. Going to probably have a breakout to the downside and go lower. Then maybe opportunity to buy the dip. This does not look good here. Let's do a Fibonacci. See how it did. We're in a Fibonacci from the high of this year. to the low of this year. Yep, it went to midpoint, which is not a Fibonacci number, just shy. Wow, that's weak. So went up on weakness, couldn't even go. Well, yep. And then this consolidation, I'll be looking this up the lower time frame, below the weekly. Let's see something. Maybe they're pumping up because he's got figure this out right there. Okay, that's imbalance area. We got rejections here. See if we get up to that midpoint. There's midpoint of that weekly. Big body candle. Already rejected that area. Wow. Earnings next month. 27, that's far away again. Cisco. Or lower, low, lower, high. Little dodgy candle there. That's suspicious. Chevron. Yeah, way below the highs of 2022. Just running up for that. Interesting. Disney, pathetic. Wow. Since 2021. So made the high of the year. Rejected it. Lower highs, lower lows. Has a gap here, has not filled yet. And the impulse move up there. So again, the momentum's currently going down. Goldman Sachs and other financials. You see the financials have been performing very well this year. Gap has not been filled yet. And currently trending down. The Home Depot. Yeah, below the highs of last year. Same thing here. Look at this huge consolidation, rejection. Or see if this is going to go lower. Key levels we'll be looking at here. Right here. Massive rejection of prices. Some minor buying down here. Not so good for the retail, but manufacturers. Honeywell. You see there, still below the highs of 2024, another one. IBM. Really nice run up for the past several years. Nice. Big consolidation building over here. But that prior week, wow. Couldn't even get up there. Yeah, so there's a supplier up there. Johnson & Johnson. Yeah, terrible. Look at that. Since 2022. Not good. Another financial, JP Morgan. Again, that gap does not look like it was filled yet. Nope. Looks like it's a few pennies shy. Coca-Cola. So this is a massive consolidation. I wonder if we're going to have a deep retracement test here again. We'll see what happens. Does not look good up here. No, a lot of rejections up here. So we can have it pump it up, get all the new longs, and have a smackdown, take them out. Yep, I don't like this area to be buying in here. A lot of sloppiness. McDonald's. Wow. Yeah, huge sell-off. Consolidation still looks weak down there. But there's a gap there that hasn't been tested nor filled. So if it gets filled, it'll be testing that low. And if it gets tested, the day gapped here. Maybe that is gap tested. There we go. 3M, outstanding, new high for the year. Bearish pin bar, not good. And way below the highs of 2021. Merck. Earnings this month, the 29th, before the market opens. Hey, look out Friday. I mean, the past week, big body candle. Lower high, lower low, selling off. That's looking sloppy here. So big consolidation here. And we did break below that. Yeah, that's not looking good. I wonder if they're going to pump it up into the earnings and then dump it. Not impressed. Microsoft, new high for the year. Nike, again, retail, not impressed. Way below the highs 2021. Remember, this big event was news driven. Go back and check that. The video. New high for the year. See, a lot of them are not at the highs of the year, holding up. Well, we're not helping the index get no high. Wow, Procter and Gamble. New low for the year. New low for the year. Look at this big green candle, which was the high. Sorry, this big green candle. Impulse move up was the low of 2024, labeled midpoint, and just shy of testing it, bullish pin bar. That's nice. So apparently there were a lot of orders that triggered. They might have been some buy orders, stop orders. Lots of things could occur there. Interesting. When they got earnings. This month, earnings this month, the 29th, before the market opens on that day. Let's adjust this. Sherwin-Williams, disappointing. Yeah, big consolidation here. We're going to see if we have some further dumps. Really, this whole year, not impressive. Travelers, another financial. There was the high all the way back there. Bullish golfing candle this past week. Nice. Might actually see a turnaround. So let's look at this. Huge consolidation here. We had the breakup, make a new high for the year. We had the pullback. Big engulfing candle. So I'll be looking for a further pullback. So let it go up because it hasn't broken above here. Break above these. If it breaks above those, and then look for a pullback on a lower time frame. United Health. Wow. Yeah, still disappointing. So this week, look what happened. Lower low, lower high, breaking below this consolidation. As expected. It was all bearish. Distribution, smart money dumping. Earnings this month, the 29th, before the market opens. Visa, another financial. Wow. Again, that's looking terrible. Verizon. Yeah. Way below the highs of 2019. Let's get it off the Dow 30 and put something more impressive on. Another utility company that's better. Wow, new low. Took that low out. That's a key level too. Did it break it? It looked like it broke that swing low. Okay, one more. Here's the high for the year. Look what's happening here. That's the high of the year. That's the low of the year. Consolidation. Big red candle. The prior week, inside candle. This week, small little trading range. Yep. I'm thinking we're going to have distribution and a dump. We'll go lower. Let's look at where their earnings are. Where are their earnings? next month, the 20th. So we got a lot of time for our earnings. It's not looking impressive. Big candle, big body, leave a midpoint. Look, the economic situation, they're definitely aware of that. Massive imports and dealing with price cutting, trying to keep their vendors, keep low prices. It's a big struggle for their retail. Plus, this other competition. Wow. Look, people are people earning less money, or the cost of living is going higher. They have less for discretionary income. That'd be for the woman. Yeah. So, but again, looking for that opportunity for a bearish trade. Back to the index. Takeaway is many of these companies are below the highs of last year and the years before. Only a few of them have made new highs for this year. And this index is struggling. And same with many of the companies inside of it. Thank you as always, spending this time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.